find that life will be a great challenge. There was so much attention on me when I first arrived on the scene, and I had so many people watching me, and the pressure was enormous.
Do you find it a very daunting experience that yesterday you were a nanny looking after children, now you're about to marry the Prince of Wales, and one day you would in all likelihood be Queen? It's a tremendous change for someone, if I may say, of 19 to make all of a sudden, the transition.
I have no idea how to start this. Hello. I don't know how to start this. I've never done a YouTube video before. I'm just gonna talk about Princess Diana because I'm obsessed with her and I love her, and yeah, I'm gonna do my makeup too. I'm not good at makeup, so we're not gonna talk about that. Hi Salem! Anyways, let's talk about Princess Diana. There he is. Hi baby. Here's my cat, guys. Come here. Come on. Here he comes. They can't see me. I gotta get up there. Here he is. The camera. He's so cute. We're doing. Hi. He's so cute. Alright. Let's talk about Princess Diana.
Soundstripe.
So, Diana Frances Spencer was born on July 1st, 1961, making her a Cancer, which makes complete sense. She's definitely Cancer. She was born in Sandringham, Norfolk, and she was born and grew up in Park House. She was born to her mother Frances and her father John. She had 3 siblings, Sarah, Jane, and Charles. Her family were members of British aristocracy, so they weren't just regular people. And the Spencer family was actually really close to the British royal family even before Diana married Prince Charles. That's because they were neighbors in Norfolk. Diana was 7, her parents got divorced, so she lived with her mother until 1967, until her father refused to let her return to London, which is where she lived with her mom, and basically he ended up getting custody of Diana. So Diana lived with her dad after 1967, also with her brother Charles. She was closest with Charles, her brother. So Diana's father remarried, and she did not have a good relationship with her stepmother. She called her a bully. And, okay, I read this somewhere. I don't know if it's true, but apparently she pushed her stepmother down the stairs. I'm sure she was fine. I mean, it didn't say anything happened to her. Diana was homeschooled until she attended Silfield Private School, and then she moved to Riddlesworth Hall School when she was 9 years old, which was an all-girls school. Then in 1973, when Diana was 12, she went to West Heath Girls' School with her sisters, but she did not perform well academically, so she ended up leaving when she was 16. So with Diana's hobbies when she was a kid, she liked to play piano. She was really good at the piano. She also liked to swim. She was a diver. She also studied ballet and tap dance, so she was pretty cool. She attended finishing school for 1 term. She ended up leaving, and then she lived with her mom and 2 of her friends in an apartment in London. She was living in this apartment. She had many different jobs. She was a dance instructor for kids. She was a playgroup preschool assistant. She was a nanny, and she was a nursery teacher's assistant at Young England School. So basically, you can see she really likes kids. Am I exposing myself with this, like, back end of the mirror? Those are my clothes. Oh my god, wait, can you see Salem? Oh, there he is! Salem! There he is. He's so cute. Anyways, in 1979, her mother bought her her own apartment for her 18th birthday. So she decided to share that apartment with 3 friends until 1981. So now let's talk about Diana's introduction into the royal family. So she first formally met Charles. They had known each other as kids, but so she first formally met Charles when she was 16 in 1977, and he was 29, and he was dating Diana's older sister, Sarah. So in 1980, Diana's family and Charles's family were guests at this weekend thing, and this is when Charles said that he took serious interest in Diana as a potential bride. He invited her on the royal yacht and then to Balmoral Castle, which is the royal family's private estate, and that was for his 30th birthday party. Then, on February 6th, 1981, Charles proposed to Diana at Windsor Castle, and it's said that they had only gone out like a few times. Like, I think Diana said that they had only gone out with each other like 13 times since they'd like met. So also she was 19 and he was 32 when he proposed. Yeah. So when the couple announced their engagement on February 24th, reporters were going crazy. In an interview with Charles and Diana, just asking them questions about the relationship, and the reporter asked something like, "Are you guys in love?" And then Diana was like, of course. And then Charles said, "Whatever in love means."
I'm amazed that she's been brave enough to take me on.
And I suppose in love.
Of course. Whatever in love means.
So yeah, following the engagement, she left her nursery job and the apartment that she shared with her 3 friends. After they got engaged, Charles left for Australia and New Zealand and just kind of left Diana. Diana lived in Buckingham Palace from the engagement to the wedding day because Charles was gone. She was just in Buckingham Palace, like, alone. And she described that experience as being incredibly lonely, obviously, because it's just her and her husband just left on some trip after they got engaged. Anyways, so when Diana was... We have to do the left eye. When Diana was 20, she finally became the Princess of Wales on July 29th, 1981. So it's a little bit after her birthday, so she had just turned 20. The wedding was held at St. Paul's Cathedral. 750 million people watched the wedding on TV, and there were 600,000 spectators.
Back and we can see the Princess of Wales.
Let's start talking about Diana's life in the royal family now that she is a part of it. So the public loved her. They adored her. Of course, as we all know, we love her, we adore her, we're the public. On November 5th, 1981, which is less than 4 months after the wedding, Diana's pregnancy was announced. On June 21st, 1982, Prince William was born. We all know Prince William. And then, unfortunately, Diana suffered postpartum depression. Oh, this is a quote that she said relating to her depression.
Wake up in the morning feeling you didn't want to get out of bed, you felt misunderstood, and just very, very low in yourself.
Which is very upsetting and sad. September 15th, 1984, Prince Harry was born. So when it came to her children, she was very defiant. She chose their names. She dismissed the royal nanny because she wanted to pick one herself. She picked the schools that they would go to. She planned all their outings. She took them on trips with her when they went to other countries. She drove them to school whenever possible, whenever she had the time. Basically, her kids were her priority, which is... we love that. Okay, so now to talk about sad stuff. Diana struggled a lot in the royal family. I'm sure we all know at least a little bit about that. So, first, the marital problems. 5 years into the marriage, Charles resumed his affair with Camilla Parker Bowles, which was his former girlfriend, but the royal family did not want Charles to marry Camilla because of her reputation. Also, around this kind of the same time, this is around 1986 when this is happening, Diana began an affair with Major James Hewitt, who was the family's former riding instructor. So in 1989, Diana attended the birthday party of Camilla's sister, and this is when Diana confronted Camilla about the affair between her and Charles, Camilla and Charles. It didn't really go anywhere. They just kind of talked about it. It didn't really change anything. And then Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip tried to get involved. They tried to make Diana and Charles get along, I guess. They tried to, like, keep them together. And apparently Prince Philip wrote a letter to Diana. He was saying that he was disappointed in the affairs of her and Charles and told her to examine her behavior from the other point of view. So, yeah. That's what Prince Philip wrote to Diana. In 1992, 1993-ish, there were leaked phone calls between Charles and Camilla and Diana and John Hewitt, but we're going to focus on the ones from Charles and Camilla because they're kind of weird. There were intimate recordings of Charles and Camilla. I'll just read you some of the things that Charles said to Camilla. He said that he wished he lived in her knickers, and he wished he was her tampon. Yeah, so that's kind of disgusting. Charles, that's really gross. I don't like that. That's all I really gotta say about that. Due to the life that Diana's living, she obviously suffered from mental health issues. She said in an interview that she experienced depression, bulimia. Basically, when Diana was talking about her bulimia, she said that she began struggling with bulimia after moving into Buckingham Palace, which, if you remember, she moved into Buckingham Palace after the engagement and was left there when Charles went to Australia and New Zealand. So that's when she says she started suffering from bulimia. There were some instances in which Charles would make comments to Diana that were really messed up and clearly would have added to her low self-esteem and her bulimia. So there was this one time when Charles put his hand on Diana's waist and said this, "A bit chubby here, aren't we?" So frustrating. I can't believe he said that to her. Okay, so let's talk about the divorce of Diana and Charles. So in 1992, when Charles and Diana got divorced, that's when it was announced, sorry. 1992 is when their divorce was announced. However, it wasn't finalized until 1996. There was an issue with the divorce about whether or not Diana would keep her title, because her title was Royal Highness. I'm going to read this quote that I found talking about the people who didn't want her to have it, the people who did want her to keep it. So this quote says, "The Queen reportedly wanted to let Diana continue to use the style of Royal Highness after the divorce, but Charles had insisted on removing it. Prince William, her son, was reported to have reassured his mother, and he said, 'Don't worry, Mom, I will give it back to you one day when I am king,'" which is really cute. There's two really important media things that showed a different light into the royal family and Diana, and that was the 1992 book titled Diana, Her True Story, and it was written by Andrew Morton, and I have it right here. Not finished reading it, but this is the book. Basically, it discussed the affairs, it discussed Diana's mental health. The thing about this book is that Diana actually cooperated in, she phone called Andrew Morton, the guy who wrote it, giving him information to use for the book, which was a secret at the time. The royal family did not know she was doing that, so yeah, they did not know that she was giving all this information away. And then another important media thing is the 1995 BBC interview that she did. I don't remember the interviewer's name. I don't remember. I'll put it on the screen if I find it. I don't remember his name though. Basically, it's kind of like the book. She talked about affairs, her mental health, her life in the royal family, the struggles, just everything that was going on. Hey guys, it's Editing Madison. I need to update you on some things. When I did further research about the 1995 BBC interview, apparently the interviewer guy, his name's Martin Bashir, I think I put that on the screen, was actually accused of deceiving Princess Diana into giving the interview. So basically what happened is Bashir got a hold of Diana's brother, Charles, and Bashir had created these fake bank checks, and he told Charles that these bank checks were given to employees that worked in with the royal family, and said that these checks were given to the employees because they were being paid to spy on Diana. So basically, Bashir convinced Diana's brother to talk to Diana and ask her to do an interview. So basically, he deceived Diana's brother and Diana into even giving the interview. And Bashir still claims that the false checks or whatever, he still claims that that did not influence Diana's decision, but I mean, he doesn't know. He wasn't in Diana's brain. So yeah, there are some problematic things behind that interview. Yeah, I just wanted to update you guys on that. Anyways, back to the video. So those are two very important things that Diana participated in. That's where a lot of stuff came out about her life in the royal family and the way that the royal family treated her. So yeah, I didn't do my makeup. I literally forgot I was doing makeup. There's another media thing that exposed, I don't know if that's the right word, put out information about the royal family that wasn't previously known. In 1994, Charles was a part of a documentary in which he admitted his affair with Camilla. The telephone calls have been leaked. They were leaked years before, in like 1992. But it was the first time he'd ever stated yes, I did have an affair with Camilla. Which is funny because this documentary was made to make the royal family look good. It was intended to make the prince look good again because at the time he wasn't looking very good, especially with the book that came out in 1992, the leaked calls that came out and everything. So this documentary was meant to help his image and reputation. So him admitting that he had the affair did not really help. The night that the documentary was released, Diana attended a Vanity Fair party, and this is when she wore the famous revenge dress, which I'm going to put a picture because she looks absolutely amazing. The revenge dress, I love it so much. Just the idea of her being yeah, the documentary where my husband admits that he had an affair with Camilla is coming out. I'm just gonna go to this party and look hot as. Anyways, that's too much. That's too much. Where's the lid? Where's the lid? Okay, here's some other stuff about Diana. It's just fun little stuff that I wanted to add. I didn't really know where to put it, so I'm gonna put it here. Basically, in the 1980s, she had become friends with rock stars, basically, such as Freddie Mercury of Queen. We love Freddie Mercury, he's amazing. There was this one night where her, Freddie Mercury, and some friends went to a gay bar called the Royal Vauxhall Tavern. I really hope that's how you say it. It was in London. So basically, since she's so famous and popular, this is the 1980s, so she had already married Charles, she's very popular, she's very famous, everyone knows her. In order to get her in without her being noticed, they had to dress her in a disguise. And her disguise consisted of an army jacket, dark aviator sunglasses, and a leather cap. Basically, the group had hoped that Diana would pass as an eccentrically dressed gay male model. I don't think there are any pictures. I'm sure there are no pictures. But if there's a picture, I will definitely be putting it up. Because I need to see that. So now to talk about Diana's death, unfortunately. So after the divorce with Prince Charles, she began seeing Dodi Al-Fayed. In the early hours of August 31st, 1997, Diana, Dodi Al-Fayed, and Henry Paul all died in a car accident in the, I'm probably going to say this wrong, Pont des Alma tunnel in Paris, France. Diana was 36 at the time. The people that were in the car was Diana, Dodi Al-Fayed, Henry Paul, who was the driver, and then Trevor Rees-Jones, who was the bodyguard employed by Dodi's father, Mohammed Al-Fayed, before the crash. Diana and Dodi stayed at the Hotel Ritz Paris, which was owned by Mohammed Al-Fayed, Dodi's father. Henry Paul was instructed to drive Diana and Dodi with Trevor in the car as well because he was the bodyguard. So they attempted to elude paparazzi with a decoy vehicle. So Diana and Dodi sat in the back of the car, and Henry Paul was driving, and then Trevor Rees-Jones, the bodyguard, was in the passenger seat. And none of them were wearing seatbelts, and there's a reason why. I'll get to that. At 12:23 a.m., August 31st, 1997, Paul lost control of the vehicle inside the tunnel, and he collided with a pillar. The paparazzi caught up to the car. Photographers and paparazzi, they arrived on the scene, and some tried to help them, but many of them just took pictures, which is disgusting. Help the people who were just in a car accident. You don't take pictures of that. The police arrived at 12:30 a.m., just 7 minutes after the accident. But Paul and Al-Fayed were both pronounced dead at the scene. Diana was taken to, I'm not going to try to say it, I'm just going to put it on the screen, a hospital in Paris at 2:06 a.m. She underwent 2 hours of surgery, but her injuries were too extensive, and she died at the hospital at approximately 4 o'clock a.m. So, more information on that. Basically, Paul, the driver, they were trying to flee the paparazzi. They were trying to get away because the paparazzi was following them, which led to a few things. First, Paul was speeding. He was going almost 70 in like a 30 zone. They weren't wearing their seatbelts because they unbuckled their seatbelts so they could duck under, hide from the paparazzi who were trying to get pictures of them. The only survivor of the crash was Trevor Rees-Jones. French investigation concluded that the crash was caused by Henry Paul's intoxication and speeding. They said that they found alcohol in his bloodstream, and they found out that he was intoxicated. His blood alcohol content was like 3 times the driving limit in France. Basically, they said that it was Paul's intoxication and reckless driving that led to the crash. However, there are many who believe that there are other reasons for the crash, so I'm going to get into the theories of Princess Diana's death. And I forgot I was doing makeup again, so let's continue. So, there are a few theories there's a lot of theories about Diana's death. I think it was up to like 270. I don't know if that's the correct number, but it was around that. We're just going to talk about like the most common ones. So, in 1999, French investigation concluded that Henry Paul was the sole cause of the accident. Henry Paul was the driver, and in 2008, the jury at a British inquest found that the deaths were unlawful due to Paul's negligent driving and the following of the paparazzi, which led him to basically speed because paparazzi was basically chasing them. There was a reason for him to speed to get away from the paparazzi. Regardless of whether or not he was intoxicated, the paparazzi was basically chasing them. Mohammed Al-Fayed has a different theory. Mohammed Al-Fayed is Dodi's father. He believes that the royal family was involved in the deaths. He believes that Diana was pregnant with Dodi's child, and he thinks that that is the reason why the royal family killed them. So basically, he says that the royal family would never allow a Muslim child to be in the royal family. How do I say this? Is there any evidence that shows that the royal family would dislike a person of color being in their family? Is there evidence of that? I don't know. Anyways, that's what he believes. So that's basically the main theory about what happened. The main theory is that the royal family was involved in the death of Diana, and while there are many reasons why people believe that the royal family was involved, one of the main reasons is because they didn't want a Muslim in the family. Regardless if Diana was pregnant, if she had married Dodi, he technically would have been a part of the royal family. He would have been the stepfather of William and Harry. So, even in that sense, if you believe that the royal family wouldn't want a Muslim in their family, it still makes sense regardless of whether or not she's pregnant. Anyways, those are the theories that I'm going to talk about because I think they're the most relevant. Finally, as I come to a conclusion with my makeup look, to talk about the legacy of Diana, because Diana is a very popular figure, she's very influential, she's very important. She's done a lot for a variety of communities, like she's very important. So let's talk about how amazing she is. So in regards to her death, 2.5 billion people watched Diana's funeral. And it is said to be one of the largest televised events that isn't sports related. Next I want to talk about her advocacy and activism. She was a very prominent figure in a variety of different charities, a variety of different issues that were going on at the time. She advocated for, she brought attention to it worldwide. So if she advocated for a specific thing, everyone would see her doing it and they'd be like, oh, that's amazing, I want to do that, I want to be a part of that. So that's one of the great influences that she had. So some of the things she did was she worked to fight against AIDS. One of the most important things about that is, so AIDS, a lot of people thought that they could catch it just by being around somebody with AIDS or touching somebody with AIDS, which is not true. So when Diana would go and meet patients who had AIDS, she would shake their hands, she would hug them, she would treat them like normal human beings. And when everyone in the world saw that, it changed a lot of people's perspective. She wanted to destigmatize it, and she opened multiple centers for AIDS. Even though Queen Elizabeth opposed it, Queen Elizabeth did not want her to do that, but she did it anyway. And this is a quote by her that I wanted to read. She said, "HIV does not make people dangerous to know. You can shake their hands and give them a hug. Heaven knows they need it. What's more, you can share their homes, their workplaces, and their playgrounds and toys." She's amazing. So here's some other things she did other than AIDS, even though AIDS was a really big one. She worked with children in hospitals. Of course, she's very good with children, very good with kids. She worked with leprosy patients, and again, that's another thing where people would look at leprosy patients and didn't want to touch them because they thought they would get infected that way, but Diana would shake their hands and again would show that it's not that kind of disease. She worked with cancer patients, she helped homeless people, and she worked with charities to help mental health, which is very important because she also dealt with mental health, so she kind of understands it. So one of the last things I want to talk about that I only mentioned like a little bit with the revenge dress, basically she's a style icon. Her style is amazing. I'm going to put up a bunch of pictures of her just looking flawless. Her outfits are amazing. I love it. Let's just put up pictures of her looking amazing. Some recent news. This is pretty recent. So a new statue of Diana was unveiled on July 1st, 2021, which was last year. July 1st is her birthday, so it was unveiled on what would have been her 60th birthday. One thing to note is that Charles did not attend the unveiling. I read that he was on a trip or something. I don't know. He just didn't attend the unveiling. But I'll put a picture up. Both of her sons attended the unveiling. They're in the picture too. The statue just shows how significant she was, how important she was. Even though in the eyes of the royal family she may not have been the best, even though they may not have liked her, even though they may not like her now, she's so important for a variety of reasons. And I just love her. I think she's amazing. Yeah, she's just wonderful, and I love her, and I look up to her, and I can't wait to finish this book. She's amazing. I love her. Anyways, that's the end of the video. Oh my god, my hair. Oh my god, I have earrings, guys. Let me go get my earring. I have these earrings that I wanted to wear. Oop, backwards. Because they match the brown. So yeah, I don't really have like an outro or anything. I don't know. We can just talk. Oh yeah, I'm like so bad at this. You should subscribe if you like this video. I don't know what I'm gonna do next. If you want me to do something specific, just like tell me. That'd be pretty chill. I can do another figure. I can do true crime. Literally just talk about anything I like. I literally don't know what else to say. Oh my god, I'm obsessed with Animal Crossing. I can't stop playing it. I'm not very far. I literally just got a house, so don't make fun of me. but I literally just put the bridge up, if that tells you anything. I just put the bridge up because new people are moving in. I'm so excited. I'm excited to read the Diana book. I hope you like my background. Salem's over there. He's just chilling. He's staring at me. Oh, now he's yawning because he's tired. He's always running around, so he's very tired. You wanna come here? No, he doesn't want to. He's sleeping. I think that's it. I don't really have anything to say. Literally have nothing else to say. Alright, I guess that's it. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it if you like it. I appreciate it if you subscribe. I appreciate it if you comment. I love you. Goodbye. I don't have anything else to say. Bye bye.